Jordan! Is she crying?
No.
Why are you crying?
Because I always hurt her.
No, it's okay. Accident happened. Come on. Accident happened. You told her you were sorry?
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one. Between the Tampa back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. Here are Brandon Charles Davis.
Coach, it is a perfect night. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 6'4" quarterback, the former #1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They throw again on second down. This one's complete. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. The starters defensively now for the Falcons. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, he bowls over it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 34 yards there at a 1st down. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Shaquille Barrett is not as good,
2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long.
Yeah.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaquille Barrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He's going to fire. That's caught inside the 20. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. And here are the Falcon offensive starters.
And the play of this offensive line is going to tell a big story. And right now, if you're a fan of this team, you're loving the story that they are telling. They've already created some holes in the running game on this opening drive, and they're going to need to...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Carl Nassib. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Throwing on third and long. Johnson over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. Back to throw. Johnson dancing to his left. He's going to take, and he will score. Touchdown Falcons. Taking it in from 7 yards away. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Out is the kick, yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the...
With this playoff lineup right now, because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. 36 now. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
And he missed it. Come on, Hawkinson. Oh, that wasn't Hawkinson. Sap sucker.
Johnson now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Nowhere to escape.
Bro, this man can't be this good.
Shaquille Barrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting
But Barrett got 20 sacks. He got 3 already, and we just in the first quarter.
As they come up facing second and a bundle. And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Falcons on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 19. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Here's Johnson throwing on 4th down. Caught by Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. Now Johnson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Johnson going to throw again. Forced out to his left. And an alley to run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Will Fuller there to make the grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the Falcons score to cap it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
You just catch the ball.
A 1st down throw for Winston. That's complete
You
to his receiver.
$80 million.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong. He's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on it a little bit more.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. This is Breida on the draw. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
To throw on 2nd down, 5. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Matt Breed in the offense heading back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first to pick up of 12 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Now it's Breida, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. On 2nd and 11 now. Winston looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now Winston.
Disciples can't jump.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Mike 54. Let's go, team. Let's go.
On 1st down, Johnson. He completes it to Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons. Johnson now throwing on 1st down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air.
And this is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards. Looking to throw. Johnson. This complete to Jones. 10 more there and another 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful when you're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Yeah, quick throw here. That's complete. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Here's Johnson. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. Flush to, and this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Will Fuller, as the first half is winding down, and the Falcons push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. It doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They're going to try and throw. It's caught. Jones. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Back to throw. Johnson. This one caught by Ridley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Johnson, he'll buy some time right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Now Johnson off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. William Golston showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Johnson operating from the gun. He's going to float this. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it,
and they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Trent Murphy in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Back to throw. Johnson being chased out left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Steps away to his left. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the...
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Wait, what happened?
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back. And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown. Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Stephen Hauschka for the point out, and that's the 25-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. Looking to throw. Johnson. And Jones has it over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, He was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. And to give this time to the tailback. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Now they try the right side here. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. And he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers' 20.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal.
Get the ball!
First times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Buying time to his left. Touchdown, Falcons.
Who win out of y'all game?
You winning by 10.
Played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs. And
Feel sorry for him, huh?
Right now.
Well, someone's all about winning.
Trying to get him in the playoffs, man. You know what I'm saying?
About the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue.
West ain't gonna let him in.
Out is the kickoff
That's
unit
for sure.
as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line.
West ain't gonna let him in. I might as well go ahead and come on back and beat him in, huh?
Might as well. Put him out of his misery. Because if he had to come to Atlanta late in the season,
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense.
yeah, I already know what time it would be.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Working out of the gun, Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd.
They won their division.
On 3rd and 1.
He still got wild card shot.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave his coverage with this guy, and that is touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Nah, the Rams like 9-4. The Rams lost. The Rams lost to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay 7-6.
Are able to cut into that deficit.
They gotta. If they lose up, if they win 2 more games, he's done.
It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your
Wait, he's 6-1, ain't he?
That very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill,
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, and
If the Rams win next week,
not talking about a guy that lines
and the
up or
Seahawks
can line
win
up in line
next
and
week,
look like an extra tackle on
he
running
might go
plays.
ahead
He took that
and start
bad
looking
boy
at the offseason.
downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger
14.
or 2 today. And I was like, I'm a zinger or 2. I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 34. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Back to throw. Johnson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And what is he doing? Isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Jameis to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the
hey, where do you think Jameis Winston going?
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Jameis?
Here's Winston. This is Miller, complete.
Going to Atlanta, man.
For what? To visit?
Back at Matt Brown.
Lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him
Look
out
at
to the
that
catch,
wide throw the ball.
keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is taken at the 18. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Triangle!
That one
My
nearly
bad. That nigga
30
did
yards,
a
29
two-step. Messed me up.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Johnson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. All that only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Okay. Shaq Barrett, get on my nerves, bro.
And that is now 21 for him. Wow, what a season.
Four?
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Johnson now throwing on 3rd and long. Dancing to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So that one will be accepted.
You don't want no problem. You don't want no problem with me.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.